All right, let's talk about something that can feel really paradoxical, something that doesn't make a lot of sense on the surface. We're going to dive into why profound personal growth can sometimes lead you to pull away from everyone, all through the lens of the incredible psychologist Carl Jung.
I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? This is the question at the heart of it all. You thought this journey was supposed to lead to more connection, more universal love, but instead, you find yourself wanting to be alone, feeling more isolated than you ever have before. So what on earth is actually going on?
And this just nails that strange conflict. The expectation, what you were sold, was this idea of an open heart and deep, universal connection. But the reality for so many people? It's withdrawal, it's irritability. It's this deep, sinking feeling of being disconnected from people you used to feel so close to. It's confusing, and honestly, it can make you feel pretty guilty.
But here is the critical reframe, and this comes straight from Jung's work. What you're feeling is not a failure. It is not a step backward. In fact, Jung would say this growing aversion is one of the clearest signs of a genuine transformation. So please hear this. You are not breaking. You are simply beginning to see.
So let's break down what seeing really means here. The very first stage is all about this massive shift in how you perceive everything. It's that jarring moment when you realize you're watching a performance, a social play that, once you see it, you can never, ever unsee. And to get this, we have to talk about what Jung called the persona. It's essentially the social mask that we all create to be liked, to fit in, to get by in the world. And look, it's not an evil thing. The problem is when we wear it for so long that we forget it's even a mask. We start to believe that the performance is who we really are.
This is such a perfect way to describe it. For your whole life, you were lost in the story of the play. But awakening isn't about the play itself changing, it's about you. Suddenly, for the first time, noticing the stage, the lighting rigs, the curtains. You can't get lost in the drama anymore because you see the mechanics behind it all. And just like that, the illusion is gone.
And once you see that stage, oh boy, you start seeing these specific performances everywhere. You suddenly sense the anxiety buzzing underneath someone's over-the-top enthusiasm. You feel the emptiness in relationships that claim closeness but have zero real intimacy. You can spot when love is being used to control, or when a compliment is really just a form of manipulation. You see the smile, but you feel the resentment behind it. And let me just say, you're not imagining it, your awareness is just getting sharper.
But here's where it gets a lot deeper, and frankly, a lot more uncomfortable. This next part isn't just about seeing the masks on other people, it's about what their masks force you to see about yourself.
And this is the absolute key. That feeling of irritation or revulsion you get, it's not just you being judgmental. It's recognition. You see someone doing something inauthentic, and you have this visceral reaction because it's an echo of a performance you used to give. The people around you become living mirrors of your own past unconsciousness.
And this is when you start looking back at your old social toolkit with new eyes. Things you once called your virtues, you start to question. Was being helpful really about kindness, or was it about needing to feel needed? Was being tolerant a strength, or was it just a complete failure to set boundaries? Was being agreeable just plain old people-pleasing? You're basically recoiling from the memory of your own survival strategies. The result of all this seeing is this: your tolerance for the superficial stuff, the meaningless small talk, the gossip, the social events that feel totally hollow, it just drops to absolute zero. And it's not a simple preference, it's a physical, almost allergic reaction. Your whole being is recalibrating to a new standard of authenticity.
Okay, so this brings us to the emotional peak of this whole journey. Because seeing this clearly comes at a price. It forces you into what feels like an impossible choice, a choice between the person you are becoming and the stable life you so carefully built.
And there it is, stark and simple. This is the choice that defines this entire phase. Do you abandon yourself by suppressing what you now know just to keep things smooth? Or do you honor your own truth and risk causing massive disruption to your relationships? There is no easy answer here, at all.
This table really shows why that choice is so agonizing. Before, your relationships were built on a simple foundation, persona to persona. Connection was based on unspoken rules and, well, a certain amount of pretending. But now, you're trying to connect from your authentic self to their persona. The whole relationship is now based on unspoken truths that you can't ignore. The old connection breaks simply because you can no longer pretend.
And this is the profound grief of it all, isn't it? The love doesn't just vanish. You don't suddenly stop caring about your family, your oldest friends. But the old ways you used to connect, the ways that required you to not notice certain things, those channels are closed to you now. The love is still there, but it feels like it has nowhere to go.
So, after you move through that really intense and painful phase, where do you go? Well, the good news is that the withdrawal isn't the end of the road. It's not the destination. It's a necessary transition, a bridge to a much more honest and deeply compassionate way of being in the world.
And there is a path forward. It starts with that reactive withdrawal. You have to create that space for yourself. Then there's a period of grieving what's been lost. Mourning the ease of not knowing is a real valid step. From there, you slowly develop discernment. And this isn't judgment. It's the wisdom to know who you can truly be real with. And finally, you arrive at conscious participation, where you can re-engage with life, but this time from your own authentic core.
This is the ultimate goal, not some fuzzy, undefined love, but something much stronger, clear-eyed compassion. It's the ability to see the mask someone is wearing, to understand the pain or the wound that's making them wear it, and to have genuine empathy, while at the same time choosing not to play along with the performance.
In the end, your social world just goes through a total recalibration. As you can see here, the sheer quantity of your relationships might shrink a lot, but the depth, the realness, the authenticity of the connections that remain, or the new ones that you form, is on a level you've probably never even experienced before.
So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Your psyche is not failing. You're not becoming antisocial or broken. Every relationship that falls away, every invitation you decline, that is your deepest self-clearing space. It's making room for what's true, for what's real, for connections that don't require you to pretend anymore.
And that leaves us with this final question to really sit with. After all the masks and all the social plays and all the performances, what happens when you finally, truly give yourself permission to stop performing?